Ahead of Christmas, chicken, turkey, groundnut oil prices surge in Jos markets. Court grants Dele Farotimi 30 million naira bail. Travelers welcome free train rides initiative amid concerns over logistics. On the foreign scene, Libya's warring factions agreed to form unity government to end deadlock. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Chamaka Mwafo. Good evening, thank you for joining us. With Christmas fast approaching, prices of chicken, turkey and groundnut oil have soared in Jos markets. Traders are expressing concern, saying the price hikes are affecting their businesses. Ademusa reports.
As Christmas draws near, the prices of poultry and groundnut oil have surged in various markets in Plateau State. Our reporters visited several markets on Friday, where both traders and buyers voiced their frustrations over the rising prices. At Railway Market, which is a popular hub for chickens and turkeys, the prices have significantly increased. Sellers explain that the cost of the poultry varies depending on size, with chickens now ranging from 8,000 naira to 25,000 naira, while turkeys are priced between 70,000 naira and 110,000 naira.
The price of chicken has risen due to the increasement of the heat. Before we are selling chicken at the rate of 5,000, 4,000, but now we are selling chicken at the rate of 20,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000.
Honestly, things are not like they used to be. The prices of birds last year were much lower. This year, the prices have doubled. For example, we used to buy 8-week broilers for 7,000 naira, but now they cost 15,000 naira. With the upcoming demand for birds, prices may go even higher. People are really struggling. At the new market, groundnut oil sellers are also feeling the impact of rising prices, with many customers choosing to hold off on purchase due to the increase. The prices of groundnut oil keeps going up. We have been told that the shortage of groundnut this year and high demand have contributed to the hike. A 5-liter gallon now costs 18,000 naira, while a 6-liter jar goes for 95,000 naira. Both buyers and sellers are complaining. One bottle of groundnut oil, that is 75 cl, is now sold for 3,000 naira. It is becoming too expensive for many, and the business is not moving as it used to. It is a problem for both sellers and customers. The rising cost of these food items are clearly affecting the business, with traders expressing concerns over the future of their sales.
People are not patronizing the market. If somebody come, if you ask you about the price, when you tell them the price, then they will now go back. They will not come back again because the price is going higher. Because the price is going higher to them, they will not come back again. As you can see, the market is so dull.
Traders are calling on the government to take action to ease the pressure on both sellers and customers, warning that the current situation is becoming increasingly unsustainable. Ademusa, Trust TV News, Jos.
This festive season, the federal government's initiative of free train rides for travelers has come as a lifeline to most Nigerians who are unable to cope with soaring transportation costs. The initiative is part of measures to ease transportation costs during the Christmas and New Year's celebrations. Trust TV's Anthony Eboho visited the Idu train station to check on its implementation.
Travelers in Abuja have expressed excitement over the federal government's initiative of free train rides, a welcome relief during these challenging economic times. For many passengers, this gesture is more than just a free ride. it is a lifeline.
I feel it's a good gesture by the federal government to bring this to the masses, considering the hardship at the moment, what people are going through. So whatever you do to soften the suffering, I think it's a good idea.
Another passenger highlighted the impact of this decision, saying it would help cushion the effect of the current economic hardship.
Well, particularly so excited about it because this is, I would say, a people-friendly initiative to cushion the effect of the current economic realities. It's indeed a welcome development. Very excited, and we hope to see more of this gesture from the federal government.
It's a welcome development if it's well managed. If it's properly managed and well managed, it should be something that will be good for everybody. I mean, I have a son who's coming in from Kaduna. I came to pick him here. So, coincidentally, he's studying there. So, he's coming on a free ride and he'll be going back on a free ride. So, that's a relief for me as a parent. So, if we have something like this from time to time, it will be good. But beyond just having this, I think they should also look at the expansion. If there's more expansion, then people will really feel at least a little bit of government push to alleviate the challenges that people are going through right now.
While most passengers are grateful, some raise concerns about logistics.
Well, it's nice actually for people who can't afford to travel usually. But then sometimes it's not convenient for people who have urgently want to travel early, because when you don't come earlier, you're not able to book online. You're not able to get the tickets that you want. But it's quite nice.
Efforts to get comments from the Nigerian Railway Corporation officials were unsuccessful, but for now, passengers are making the most use of the government-driven holiday chair. Antonia Ebahon, Trust TV News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has given owners of the 762 plots of land in Maitama 2 District, Cadastral Zone A10, Abuja, a fresh 2-week ultimatum to pay for their certificates of occupancy (CFO) or risk final revocation of their allocation. This was disclosed in a statement on Friday by his Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and New Media, Dele Olayinka. He said Wike reiterated that the primary interest was not for people to lose their lands, but to get them to make necessary payments to the government. This fresh ultimatum comes a day after Wike revoked lands belonging to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and also 759 other prominent figures and organizations in the area. The revocation by the minister comes months after he made several pleas to residents of the FCT, particularly those residing in hybrid areas of the nation's capital, to pay outstanding fees owed to the FCTA or risk revocation of their lands. Women from Bayelsa and other Niger Delta states have decried the planned sale of its Nigerian subsidiary by Shell Petroleum Development Company (SPDC) and other multinational oil companies without first of all clean up of the years of pollution in the Niger Delta communities and restore the ecosystem. The women who marched in numbers during a protest rally on Friday morning to the Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ) Press Center in Yenagoa, the state capital, stated that husbands in the region can no longer impregnate their wives due to toxic environmental pollution from the oil exploration. They urged the federal government to reject the request by the oil companies to divest without first of all cleanup of the polluted environment. Presenting their position papers signed by MM Okon of Keba Keche Women Development and Resource Center and over 15 women group in the region to the officials of the journalists, the protesting women said that Shell's decision to sell its Nigerian subsidiary, Shell Petroleum Development Company, and all onshore assets to investors without consulting communities is unhealthy, unethical, irresponsible, and therefore unacceptable.
We say no to
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ekpechukwu, has commissioned 10 mobile clinics in Lagos to enhance police welfare. The event held at the Nigerian Police Force Central Store in Ikeja brought together key stakeholders, including representatives of the United Nations Development Programme. Here's more in the report. Represented by Deputy Inspector General of Police Frank Mba, the IGP described the mobile clinics as a pivotal part of the force's reform agenda. The initiative, supported by the Federal Foreign Office, UNDP, and the Global Security Sector Reform Foundation, aims to provide healthcare to police trainees, active officers, and nearby communities. DIG Mba highlighted all the reform achievements, including a 2,000 capacity police barracks commissioned in 2023, training for over 1,500 police personnel, with a focus in human rights and ethical policing. The success of the Women Police Leadership Program, which fosters gender inclusivity and combats gender-based violence.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, historically, one of the challenges we have faced as an organization has been the inadequate funding for the upkeep of police infrastructure, often leading to the early deterioration of our critical assets. However, under the visionary leadership of President Bola Tinubu, this gap is being systematically addressed. With the huge support of the federal government and the 10th National Assembly, a legislative framework is being deliberated to establish direct and sustainable funding for police training schools. This initiative will empower our training institutions to adequately manage and independently maintain their assets.
Dr. Paul Ture, Chief Technical Advisor for the UNDP, emphasized the importance of targeted health and welfare initiatives to support police officers and improve their effectiveness.
We brought in 250 tents, part of which is still here, and it was intended to support the welfare of police, but also to support timely deployment of police forces in places, in hotspots, crime hotspots around the country. These medical containers are now building upon the successes of the last 4 years, but also touching on the welfare of police officers to ensure that while you deliver your very valued services to the public, to the people of Nigeria, that you do so in well-being, in good health, and that the services that you provide, the medical services that you will be receiving, is a testament to the good service you provide.
Prioritizing the welfare and health of officers while reinforcing modern ethical policing practices. Over in Katsina State, Governor Diko Radda has signed the 2025 budget titled Building Your Future 2 into law. The budget totals over 692 billion naira, reflecting a 10 billion naira increase from the initial proposal of 682 billion naira submitted to the Katsina State House of Assembly on November 25th, 2024. The report.
At the signing ceremony, Governor Radda commended the Katsina State House of Assembly for its dedication and thoroughness in reviewing and approving a budget aimed at advancing developmental goals in 2025. The governor also praised the ministries, departments, and agencies for their meticulous preparation of the budget, emphasizing its alignment with the administration's objectives. The 2025 budget prioritizes capital projects with a significant focus on education and agriculture. Governor Radda explained that these projects aim to empower citizens, enhance quality of life, and reduce poverty across the state.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we must thank you for the work we have done day and night to ensure that the state has a budget that will be run for the developmental activities of the state in the year 2025. And we appreciate the diligent work we have done and also the due diligence we have done on the budget along with the NDAs to ensure that we have a document that will guide the administration people of the state.
He also acknowledged the Assembly's effective oversight functions during 2024, which ensured MDS delivered on their mandates. He urged lawmakers to maintain their commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance. Earlier, the Speaker of Katsina State House of Assembly, Nasir Yahaya, described the budget as a product of rigorous legislative scrutiny. He expressed pride in the Assembly's efforts to ensure it reflects the needs and aspirations of the people.
We believe that this revised budget was to provide the necessary framework for the development of our state in improving the legal standard of our citizens. Your Excellency, we appreciate your commitment to the development of our people, and we are confident that with this budget, more progress will be recorded across the state.
The Speaker voiced optimism that the budget will drive significant progress across the state in 2025.
You're watching news update on Trust TV, still to come. Public opinion divided over proposed ban on dollar use in Nigeria. When we return, please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. A recap of our top stories. Ahead of Christmas, chicken, turkey, groundnut oil prices surge in Jos markets. We also told you that court grants Dele Farotimi 30 million naira bail. To more stories, the International Press Institute Nigeria has announced the passing of its treasurer and veteran journalist Hajjah Rafatu Salamin in a statement issued Friday in Abuja by IPI Nigeria Secretary Malam Ahmed Shekarau. The organization describes Salami as an accomplished journalist who rose to the position of Assistant Director, Digital Media at the Voice of Nigeria. Rafatu was a compassionate woman, always ready to support her colleagues with her vast experience. Her commitment to journalism and press freedom was evident in her tenure as Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Journalists SCT Council, the statement noted. Salami's passing, Shekarau said, has left a significant void in the journalism profession. Salami, who was married with children, will be buried at Gudu Cemetery, Abuja, following funeral prayers at the Abuja National Mosque. Rafatu Salami's legacy as a journalist and unionist dedicated to press freedom and ethical reporting will endure, her colleagues said, as they mourn her untimely passing. Over in Taraba State, residents of the capital, Jalingo, have shared mixed reactions regarding the proposed ban on the use of dollars in Nigeria. While some believe the dollar influence is indispensable to the economy, others argue that banning it is the only solution to restoring the naira's value. Here's more in this report.
Ado Adamu, Gabriel Young, and Victor Gay, residents of Jalingo, expressed concern over the heavy reliance on the dollar. They noted that Nigeria's economy is deeply intertwined with the global market, as the country imports most of its goods. They emphasized the need for Nigerians to prioritize local production and engage in massive export activities to strengthen the naira. According to them, until Nigeria reduces its reliance on foreign products, the use for global currencies like dollar remains essential.
In every economy, you have factors that determine prices. And of course, dollar is a global currency. And because it's a global currency, it is a major global player. So because global production happens through the use of dollar and other major currencies. So it's fundamental. It's affecting Nigeria, especially because Nigeria is an importer nation. We import virtually everything we produce, except very few agricultural produce.
The issue of dollar, the increment in dollar rate, and its reduction has to do with the productivity of the country. Because if you're not producing anything, there are no other measures that you can really curtail the prices of dollar in the country. It is when you have a favorable foreign exchange that you are able to control that.
On the contrary, analyst Bashir Adamu, businessman Abdul Malik Hamid, and Abdul Hakim Mustafa argued that the banning of the dollar would address Nigeria's economic challenges. They pointed out that the most economic transactions in Nigeria are conducted in naira, with the dollar being used primarily by politicians and others involved in illicit activities, which artificially inflates its value. The trio advocated to return to traditional resource-based economies such as farming, fishing, and animal rearing, which sustained Nigeria in the past and gave the naira more value than foreign currencies. They stressed the need for citizens to embrace the approach to revive the naira's strength.
We capitalize on importation rather than exportation, even though there is insinuation saying that the Senate has passed a first reading regarding to at least ban use of dollars in Nigeria. I think that is a good development. It will seriously assist us, and we must at least capitalize on produce rather than importation.
Bringing dollars in our country is a problem to masses. First of all, by the way, dollar is not our currency. We borrowed this money from outside and we are using it. Now, dollar is overshadowed our money. Our now become useless. So, to using dollar in our country, I'm not interested. I think I will advise those who are making use of dollar, they should stop using it.
It is highly unfortunate. When we were growing up, we met our parents farming, which we all believe that is in Hausa language. We farm cotton. We have the granite pyramid in Kano, cocoa in the southwest, rubber in the east, which earns us dollars in abundance. But as we are now, that we are just a consuming nation, I think it's becoming a problem for us. That's more major facts, that we solely depend on that dollar for everything we do, to the extent that some people don't even collect naira in Nigeria again.
Both groups called on the Federal House of Representatives to ensure fairness and transparency in their deliberations on the issue.
The minimum pump price of petrol has not responded to the latest Dangote Petroleum Refinery export price slash of premium motor spirit PMS, also known as petrol, to 899 naira 50 kobo to a litre from 970 naira per litre. Most petrol stations in Lagos have retained the old price range of 1,025 naira minimum in Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, while some major oil marketers still sell at 1,070 naira rather, and independent marketers sell as high as 1,100 naira. According to the refinery, the slash in price was expected to provide much needed relief for Nigerians ahead of the holiday season. Meanwhile, commenting on the pricing issue, the national president of the Oil and Gas Services Providers Association of Nigeria, Maxi Coleman Obasi, has said that Dangote Petroleum Refinery has done well to reduce the ex-depot price of petrol. Away from Nigeria, Libya's warring factions have agreed to work with the United Nations to end the long-standing political deadlock in the country. The rival legislative bodies, one in the east and the other in the west, held talks in Buznika near the Moroccan capital Rabat, agreeing to work together with the United Nations mission to pave the way for elections to end years of political deadlock. The talks involved the High Council of State based in Tripoli in the west, the House of Representatives is in the Benghazi, eastern Libya. The two factions also agreed to form a national unity government as well as launch institutional, financial and security reform. The UN Deputy Special Envoy for Libya, Stephanie Curry, told the UN Secretary Council that as a first step, the UN political mission in Libya intends to establish an advisory committee with a deadline to develop options to resolve outstanding electoral issues and a roadmap for holding an election. And that wraps news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, don't follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.